When it comes to having the ball on a string, it just always seemed to come second nature to Darius Garland. And when watching him play, it just looks way too easy for him. But throughout his process, he's really been through some tough times and even was regarded as too small for the pro level, along with having a lack of defensive capabilities. But with his stellar work ethic, along with his great feel for the game, is what really allowed him to be successful today. This is the Darius Garland story. Darius Garland was born on January 26, 2000 in Gary, Indiana. But growing up, he really took after his dad, Winston, as he was drafted to the Milwaukee Bucks in the 1987 NBA draft, and even went on to play 7 seasons. Now later on during Darius's childhood, his father made the decision to move the family to Tennessee. And as a 8th grader while attending Brentwood Academy, not only was he able to play varsity, but he was even able to start. And from his sophomore year to his junior year, he even grew 3 inches. Garland was so good that from 2016 through 2018, he was awarded Mr. Basketball for 3 years straight. He went on to end his high school career, easily being ranked the #1 point guard in the nation. He would go on to lead his high school team to 4 state titles, easily solidifying himself as a 5-star recruit while becoming a McDonald's All-American. So with big-time offers from schools like UCLA, Kentucky, Kansas, and Duke, this led the 5-star recruit to sign a letter of intent to play basketball at the University of Vanderbilt. And his reasons for doing so was because he just wanted to stay close to home, and had already knew and had a relationship with head coach Bryce Drew and attended his camps as a kid. He entered his freshman season, becoming the best recruit to ever sign at the University of Vanderbilt. And in his very first game, on November 6, 2018, he led all scorers with 24 points, followed by a performance on November 19th, and this is where he put up a season-high 33 points versus Liberty in a win, which was the 2nd most points scored in school history. But on November 23rd versus Kent State, things would actually take a turn for the worst, as he hurt his knee while going up for a layup. But at that time, it just didn't seem as though things were that serious. And so it was later confirmed that Garland did end up tearing his meniscus. So after just 5 games played by the freshman, it had a lot of people really speculating on if he would come back to college for his sophomore season. I mean, the last person to get drafted in the lottery that played that amount of games was Kyrie Irving. But even with those little amount of games played, and with him being undersized for his position, he really displayed how great he really could be in the future, from being an elite playmaker while being great with catch and shoot threes, along with his shot creation, which was immaculate. But what really made him one of the best point guards in the nation was his elite shifty floor general type play style. He ended his short stint at Vanderbilt being able to shoot 53.7% from the field and 47.8% from 3. And despite his small sample size of only playing 5 games for that season, scouts around the NBA just knew that his game would most likely translate to the NBA quicker than a lot of different other prospects entering the draft, which led Garland to enter his name in the 2019 NBA draft. And he would be selected 5th overall by the Cleveland Cavaliers. But in his first official NBA debut, he made history by becoming the first player ever to make a start being born in the year 2000 or later. He was able to put up 8 points and 5 assists, but in a loss to the Orlando Magic. His rookie season was mainly an experimental year, as the organization was mainly prioritizing Garland and Colin Sexton to see how good they would mesh together. And the two were pretty solid when they were on the court together. But on the flip side of things, the Cavaliers were one of the worst teams in the NBA that season. And individually, Darius did struggle statistically, because he barely shot over 40%, nor did he have that surrounding cast just yet to really complement his playstyle. Now, he did show flashes of what type of player he could later become, but by the end of his rookie season, he was already being called a bust. According to the advanced stats for his rookie season, Darius Garland was ranked the worst player in the entire NBA, but in the 2020 offseason, the Cavaliers decided to draft Isaac Okoro with the 5th pick, a player who could really help on the defensive side of the ball, but was also someone who really needed to enhance his offensive capabilities. So as Garland entered year 2, he upped his average significantly, from 12 points during his rookie season to 17 points as a second-year guy. The team's success even improved a little. And on January 14th, 2021, the Cavaliers managed to acquire Jared Allen during the James Harden trade. And it was safe to say that Darius ended the regular season showing a lot of promise. The Cavs were very fortunate during the 2021 summer being able to get the 3rd pick, in which they were able to draft Evan Mobley out of USC, who was one of, if not the best player in that draft class. They also acquired Ricky Rubio to be that bag-up presence and mentor to Darius, and he was a very vital piece for the Cavs and played a solid part on Cleveland starting out the 2021-22 season 7-4, and they were clearly looking like a playoff team. It was clear by now that Darius was having a breakout season. Now, Rubio did tear his ACL along with Colin Sexton tearing his meniscus, but still Garland continued to play high-level basketball and really took control of that team by averaging 22 points, 9 assists along with 3 rebounds per contest, and his shooting percentages were all great. He even became a first-time All-Star. The 2022 NBA season ended with the Cavs having to face the Nets in the play-in game. They were doing this without their star big man Jared Allen, as he was injured. So after losing to the Nets, they winded up playing Trae Young in the Hawks. Cleveland did have a lead in the game, but they managed to blow it, which brought their season to an end. Now the Cavs were able to acquire Donovan Mitchell in a trade to really give Darius and the rest of the guys that offensive boost that they need to be successful in the postseason. Darius Garland has shown ever since a young age that when the ball is in his hands, he becomes unguardable, especially with his fluid playmaking ability. But even throughout all the adversity and slander that has come his way, he just managed to keep sharpening up his craft day in and day out, which has undoubtedly allowed him to go from statistically being the worst player in the NBA during his rookie season to becoming an all-star in just year 3.
Way to play.
That's my dog right there. That's my big right there. But I mean, I give all the glory to God, teammates, coaching staff. They always pushing me.
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Darius Garland story.